my name's Hugh Stevens, and welcome to the launch of Independent Venue Week, the 7th year. Welcome to the 229 venue. It's lovely to be back here. It's a national celebration, as we know, of the brilliant and incredible work that Independent Venue Week do every night of the year. We've had some amazing ambassadors as part of Independent Venue Week, which have included Frank Turner, Wolf Alice, Tim Burgess, Nadine Shah, and Big Jeff, who is, of course, down the front. Yes, Big Jeff. And last year, the Independent Venue Week ambassador was the wonderful novelist, who unfortunately... No, I'm joking. He's here. Let's hear it for Novelist. Welcome on stage. Are you okay?
What's going on?
And welcome. You're here to talk about your role last year. You were the ambassador for
That's
Independent
right.
Venue Week. What did it mean to you being the ambassador of such an important week for the live music sector?
Do you know what? It just really, it was really good because it was so reminiscent of my foundation days in the music industry. Like, I remember when I was probably 16 is when I first got my first booking in Bristol.
Right.
It was like a very cheap booking, but it was great though, because, you know, like, I think there might have been 30 people in the room, but it was a new lease of life for me as a MC.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we wasn't getting booked in other cities, so that was like a big step up.
So good. What did you do last year as ambassador? Did you go and visit venues that you hadn't been to before? Did you get a glimpse into the backstage and back behind the scenes world?
Yeah, we met a few nice guys that owned some different venues. We did some talks. It was really fun, man. I want to say thanks to everyone that came out to see me and my boys just do our thing.
But you're here today, Nov, not to look back, but to look forward. You're going to
Exactly.
hand over the ambassadorial baton to the Independent Venue Week ambassador for 2020. These are the Ferrero Rocher
Yeah.
to hand over. I hear you're a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Big
Okay.
fan.
Yeah. And we're going to hand over the Ferrero Rocher then. Please welcome the Independent Venue Week ambassador for 2020. It's Anna Calvi, everyone. Welcome, Anna.
Hi.
You've had an amazing year as well. The Q Awards, the soundtrack to Peaky Blinders. What made you want to accept this role then?
I guess I just, as an artist, having grown up in London and playing these venues, I always felt so sad every time I heard one was closing. When Madame Jojo's closed and like just places where I have had such amazing experiences, and I just feel like it's such an important part of what we do, and if I can be part of that in any way, I'm really honoured.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here today, and
Thank
we look
you.
forward to hearing more and of your encouragement and your support for the Independent Venue Weeks. Good luck as ambassador in
Thank
2020.
you.
And Nov, in case you feel left out,
Cheers.
novelist and ambassador for 2020, Anna Calvi, everyone. Support from the BBC continues for Independent Venue Week, and to tell us more about the BBC Radio 6 music partnership, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Lamacq, everyone.
Morning.
I was half expecting you to crowd surf onto the stage. I mean, you've been to more venues than most of us in this room put together, probably. But has there been a couple of venues on these tours that you hadn't been to before? Ones that really stand out, special ones?
Actually, I mean, two of the there are but places which I've never been to before. Two of the things, though, I was really pleased last year we went to the 100 Club. I didn't go to university. I was a fanzine writer when I was in the sixth form at school, and I was supposed to. People were saying you should go to uni. I didn't go to uni. I just picked a course in journalism, which I picked purely on the basis that it was on a train line to London, because I just wanted to go to gigs in London on a regular basis. And I started the course on a Monday, and on the Tuesday I went to the 100 Club. Got on the train from Harlow Town, went to the 100 Club, saw a band, and the band said, "Oh, we've been offered another gig on Thursday. Come back on Thursday and you could do an interview for your fanzine." And I did, and I went to the 100 Club twice in my first week at college. And that changed, again, was one of those really influential things. I never realised, and one of the great eye-opening things is not just about the venues, it's about all the bands and stuff and the artists that you meet there. I never knew how much unsigned music was was happening in Hull. I mean, it's a city alive with stuff which I wouldn't have known about had we not gone to the Adelphi and hung out in Hull for a day, and that was brilliant and really eye-opening. And for venues I've never been to before, and I think which typifies the great work that independent venues do, it's an unsung venue I'd virtually never heard about, and I turned up on a Wednesday night and there were loads of people there. Was the Mars Bar in Worcester. It's just, I mean, that's just astonishing place.
Steve Lamack,
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
Thank you, Steve. And please will you all welcome from the Smokehouse in Ipswich, one of the venues taking part in Independent Venue Week. Please welcome Joe Baylor to the stage. Tell me about your venue.
We sort of designed the space to think, as a bit of an afterthought, could we have a venue here? Oh yeah, let's sort of build it so we can have a little stage and see what happens. And the first month we were open, we did one gig that was attended by about 4 or 5 people. The first Independent Venue Week, we put on a live stream of Honey Blood. The second year, we then suddenly were putting on This Is the Kit, Rosie Plain, Snapped Ankles, and some amazing bands. But what was really, really brilliant about those gigs was we had local bands and artists supporting them, and that's been absolutely massive.
Please welcome from the Arts Council England, Director of Music, Claire Mira Nelson. Welcome, Claire.
The music is something we consume really, really easily. We watch telly, we listen to the radio, we listen to stuff online. We've got our own ways of getting to music. But without that live experience, somewhere you can get to really easily, and without a live experience that's a kind of close-up and personal experience, you miss so much of what music's about. And independent venues and Independent Venue Week have made a dramatic difference, I think, to the ability to get live music to more people in their place in really, really interesting ways.
Claire from Arts Council England, everyone. Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much. It's been an inspiring afternoon, and just hearing all the anecdotes from all my guests on stage, Anna and Nov, and Steve and Joe and Claire as well. It all makes up the brilliant culture of independent venues. So best of luck with the week in January. And I'll tell you a bit about this band before we welcome on stage. So they've played their fair share of independent venues over the last couple of years, including the Brixton Windmill, the Social, which was thankfully saved, wasn't it, this year? They've played festivals like Green Man. I'm probably in your way, am I? No, all right. Green Man, Knee Deep Festival, Test Pressing Festival as well. So they'll begin in a few minutes. They are Ella, Josh, and Louis, and they're going to take us on a Thursday lunchtime trip.